And from the sublime to the ridiculous. So, what is the leader of Hong Kong planning now? You know, a lot of people complain that he's a bad guy, that he isn't that smart. And, okay, fine, maybe he is, maybe it isn't. But after reading an article like this, it's really difficult for people to be on the side that he's a legitimate leader of anything other than a paper bag. And even then, it would be a tad suspicious. So basically, this article in the South China Morning Post points out that C.Y. Leung, the leader of Hong Kong, he wrote on his blog that in Central, which is a very busy place in Hong Kong, that, one of the problems when you're working in Central and you're part of the working class, I'm not sure what that means exactly, and it is in quotation marks, and I think for good cause, they want to relax during their lunch hour. Not like you'd want to eat food during your lunch hour, but I guess that doesn't count as relaxing, I guess. And so his idea is twofold. So he wants to build a swimming shed. Yeah, a swimming shed. I'm not sure the last time I saw a shed for swimming, but you would construct a swimming shed in Central, and then you could presumably swim there. Now, I guess this ignores the fact that when you go eat, you're not supposed to go swimming directly after, because then you might get cramps, and if you're cramping while you're swimming, well, you probably just drown to death. So that's probably not a very good idea, and I'm sure anybody who thought about this for 2 seconds would have figured this out and wouldn't have mentioned it. But, I mean, he's the leader of the Hong Kong, so we have to give him some slack about thinking for more than 2 seconds. But his other brilliant idea, I mean, even if you could reject this one, his other brilliant idea is to allow fishing in Hong Kong. Yeah, because do you remember when you were on your lunch break and you said, oh man, I finished lunch, I got nothing to do. Man, I could really go for some fishing. Yeah, no, it never happens. Some people actually take days. They actually take days off to go fishing, because if you've ever gone fishing, you have to prepare a lot of stuff. You got to get the tackle box ready. You got to get all the lures and rods. You got to get all the bait. You got to get everything ready. And sometimes you can just sit in the boat or by the shoreline, and you could wait hours before anything bites. So can you imagine eating your lunch for 30 minutes and then going, well, I'm just going to walk over to this over here, and then I'm going to go fishing for 20 minutes before I have to rush back to my office? Another obviously thoroughly thought out plan by the leader of Hong Kong. So, yeah, great ideas from a great man running the city to a better direction, I guess. Yeah, don't worry about all those naysayers, all the protests and all the problems with the educational system and all the long lineups in the hospitals, or how everything's so expensive and everybody's poor and they can't find a place to live. Nah, don't worry about all those. This guy, he knows what he's thinking about, because he's going to make the working class better in Central by making sure that they get more cramps after they're done eating lunch. Thanks again, Mr. C.Y. Leung. You are the epitome of awesome. And P.S., good job on your daughter. I don't think I've ever met anyone as batshit crazy in Hong Kong as her. So good job on this. And I'm sure this plan will follow suit. Thanks again, you bastard.